Before the ships arrived from distant lands, Africa had its own ways. People lived in communities, large and small, with systems of work and obligation. Sometimes individuals served others due to debt or as captives from local conflicts. This servitude was often different from the slavery that was to come. It was not always permanent. It did not always strip a person of all humanity. There were paths, sometimes, for a person to regain freedom or for their children to be born free. Local stores and markets existed, filled with the bounty of the land and the skill of hands, reflecting these established societal structures. Then, new ships appeared on the coasts. These were European ships. They brought new demands, powerful and unsettling. They sought not just goods but people. This was a new kind of trade, a trade in human lives on an industrial scale. It began slowly at first, a trickle that would soon become a flood. The existing forms of servitude were twisted, exploited, and expanded beyond recognition. The very air in market towns began to change, a subtle shift from vibrant exchange to a growing sense of unease, as the value of a human being was debated and then decided by unfamiliar men with unfamiliar intentions. The arrival of the transatlantic slave trade started to change everything. It was not a gentle change. It was a violent tearing of the social fabric. Communities that had traded peacefully for generations found themselves in dangerous new times. The trust between different groups began to erode. The focus of some local leaders shifted. Instead of fostering local crafts or agriculture, the lure of European goods, guns, alcohol, textiles offered in exchange for people became a powerful, corrupting force. Local economies began to tilt precariously towards this new brutal commerce, a commerce that consumed its own. The old ways of the market, the familiar haggling over prices of yams or cloth, started to feel overshadowed. A new sinister commodity was entering the calculations of some. The demand for enslaved people grew. It grew relentlessly. This demand did not respect ancient boundaries or local customs. It created chaos and fear. Stores that once displayed intricate carvings or vibrant textiles began to see their suppliers disappear. Artisans were captured. Farmers were taken from their fields. The very source of local production was threatened as the shadow of this new trade grew longer and darker over the land.